D'Addario's American Stage family features instrument and patch cables with patented geotip technology, XLR cables with crimped connections, and kill switch cables that prevent onstage noise, giving you the strongest connection available.
Or something like that. I don't know.
Right. Neil, I'll tell you, that hurts my brain just watching that.
It's awesome.
Hey, this is John Bolger with Premier Guitar. I'm with Neil Zaza. We're in Nashville right before his show. And man, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for being here. This is awesome.
Yeah,
this is great.
love your playing.
Thank you.
I love your whole classical background. You can really hear that, you know?
Oh, thanks, man. I'm just trying to, my protocol has really been just, let's play this song. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So everyone is always about, when I say I do instrumental guitar, it's always they think it's gonna the whole night.
Yeah.
But for me now, it's more like let's play the song, let's play some melody, let's kind of get a little vibrato in there. So I think I started my life as the shredder, you know, and now as I get older, I kind of whittle down to like let's play the song. So,
but still shred.
You know, you have to. It's important to know like when to put it in and when not. You know, to do like if you ate a whole plate of one kind of food but nothing else, it'd be a little boring. So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this guitar.
Let's do it.
So you've been with Kiesel actually when they were carving back in the. You've been with them a while, right?
Been with them maybe over 10 years now.
Great company.
I was a signature artist with them with carving. And then actually it's unbelievable because now Jeff has so many artists and signature guys, but I was the first Kiesel signature artist to jump over from carving.
Oh,
so,
really?
When Jeff was talking about doing a guitar company, I was like, man, I'm in. What do you need? Let's change all the logos to Kiesel on the guitars. And so it was great, and it's been great. The company treats me well. Jeff is so cool.
Amazing, great,
And I mean, just the tattoos when when he displays the guitar, you see the tattoos.
And he's got kind of a Brad Pitt vibe to him.
He's awesome.
I like that dude.
So this is something very brand new. So my signature guitar with them was the NZ 624, which was a carved top, 24 frets, and I love it. It's an amazing guitar. But I wanted something simpler on this one. And at one of the NAMM shows, maybe about 3 years ago, Jeff let me try an Aries, and I felt dirty because I shouldn't have liked it as much as I did. You know, I was like, man, this is great. It's a bolt-on, and I got a few Aries from there, and I just started playing them on tour. And I actually at some point I called Jeff and I said, I got to tell you, like my vibe now is this Aries. Like it's the bolt-on, the light feel, the whole vibe of what the guitar is, and we'll go into that in a sec. But so what I wanted on this is I wanted something really simple, and I say like a machine, like real machine-like.
Sure.
Like, lean, mean, street machine. And so I've had all the Kiesels with the beautiful woods and the exotic fingerboards.
Right.
And no one does it
better.
They
do that really well.
No one does it better than Jeff and the gang. So I went a totally different feel. I wanted it just to be as clean, as I could. So we did a duotone finish where it's going to be black and another color, which is nice. A matte finish. It just feels kind of sleek. I know it's but as a guitarist, we have to have a feel when we pick up the guitar, right?
Totally.
So I'm like, this feels like just mean and lean, like we're ready to go play. So matte finish on this. The neck is, it's a one-piece walnut, which is really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And no finish on it, right?
Yeah, no finish. And now Jeff will probably kill me for saying this, but I have to say, so Jeff is really conscientious about like when the guitars go out, how they're going to perform on the road in real world instances, right? So he always puts, he oils the neck. So this is an oiled neck. So, and I I understand what he's talking about, but as soon as I get it, 60 grit sandpaper, and I sand the neck off, and I know he's probably rolling right now, like, what are you talking about? But I will 60 grit the back, and so eventually the real oil is just going to be my sweat, and it just feels real organic.
Yeah.
The oil neck feels amazing too.
Sure.
But
yeah, I've actually got one, and it is, I mean, out of the box, man, just felt like an old friend. He nailed it.
So then ebony neck, we have the for the old blind guy that I'm turning into, we have the block inlays and reverse 3x3 headstock.
Now, did your old Sig have the ebony fingerboard?
It did not. It had maple.
What made you?
I wanted something different. It was sort of that whole, like everything it's like opposite day with George Costanza, right? You know, I'm gonna do, I went maple, I want this. So it seems to work out really well for me now, and it wasn't like a big adjustment to get used to it at all. One thing that I absolutely love about this guitar is how light it is. And all the Aries are really light, you know. Locking Kiesel machines.
What's the wood of the body?
This is ash.
So one piece ash?
One piece, yeah. Just and it resonates really nicely. And you know, then we get into some of the guitar voodoo stuff, like, you know, someone may agree, someone may disagree, but you know, I have the strings through the body, hip shot, bridge here right through the body. Like for me, it feels like the body resonates more because the strings are through the body.
Sure,
you know,
there's
something, you know, organic with that feels really nice. One volume knob, and I had that on the NZ624 as well. The reason why, if I have a tone knob, it's either sounds correct or it sounds like this, and you're like, oh, it should be on 10, right? So it's either on 10 or should be on 10. So we took that off, and my joke always is, if it's good enough for Eddie Van Halen, one volume knob, it's good enough for me. You know, it's good enough. So we have that. We have a three-way pickup switch, which I really use a lot because it really does sound different. You know, you have cuts through. What do you want on? So, you know.
What are those pickups?
These are the lithiums.
Okay.
Kiesel lithiums, and they sound great. They have enough gain. They're not overly gainy, but they cut through a mix really nice.
Yeah.
And even the position of the pickups, I hear a nice difference between, you know, what's going on back here, which is real articulate, and then this is that warm, syrupy sound, which I really like a lot. Strings, SIT 11 to 52.
Wow, are you in standard tuning? Or?
Standard tuning.
Wow, that is beefy.
Yeah, but
that's working hard, man.
You know, I'm so used to it now. For me, if I'm picking, I want, just representing the string, if I want to get like a little snap back, I want the string to really fight me, as opposed to gap. So if when I'm picking faster, it's really fighting me. So it has a nice, thank you.
Very Van Halen-esque, man. I love that.
You know, I can't get away from that.
Why would you?
You know, everyone has, I always laugh, everyone has a Beatles story, but Beatles were before me. So I remember I was in the backseat of one of my buddy's brother's cars, and we were cruising, and he puts in the 8-track of Van Halen 1, Running with the Devil. I've never heard it before. You know, And as soon as that of Running with the Devil, it's like, I always say, like the angel, the sky opened and a light shone down, and that was the moment. As soon as I heard that first chord of Running with the Devil. So it's always been, you know, Van Halen's always been near and dear to me.
Yeah, amazing.
Know? So.
Now, what pick are you using? Is that a V pick?
This is a V pick. Vinny makes
right here in Nashville. Vinny's
right here in Nashville.
Nashville guy.
There's no one better. This is a signature, a Zaza signature, and it's actually a 3.0.
Wow.
Which is a heavy pick, but he bevels them really nice. I don't know if you can see that.
And
nice points on that.
And the holes in it, is that just for a grip? Or
great grip. Of course, I'll say this now, and then tonight I'll regret saying it. I never drop my pick.
Oh yeah, tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night. We're dropping picks tonight. You know, so
some lucky fan.
But again, it's a real light pick. It's nice. It really is articulate when you want to dig in. Vinny did a great job. These are fantastic.
Yeah,
so,
they're great.
Yep. So yeah, I think that's the rig here.
Okay, and you've got this.
Let me throw. What are you holding?
Perfect.
Yeah.
God, that is
Get a
light.
few licks on that.
That is. I don't want to follow that.
So this was one of the other Aries that Jeff made me fall in love with the line of guitars, and he did a metallic run.
Oh, I love it.
And I was like, I want to be like Ace Frehley or something, where you're on stage and the light hits it. So this was one of the ones I used this on a few tours, and I loved it. Plays every bit as good as all the others, and this was probably one of the main reasons why I called Jeff and said, let's make the signature an Aries, is because of this. Same specs, except the neck is different now. So this was a 3-piece maple neck, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And then the flame maple.
Right, and the offset. I love the offsets.
That's exactly right.
Those are so cool.
Same switch, one volume.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So do you just have that as a backup, just in case?
Just a backup,
okay.
yeah. A lot of guys will switch between songs.
Yeah.
So I don't do a lot of strange tunings or anything like that. But once I get used to a guitar in a performance, I'd rather tune it than switch it.
Sure.
You get the guitar gets some, not to sound all existential, but it gets some like energy in it. You know.
No, I buy
And I always stay with one unless there's a problem, and there's never really a problem. So this is the first time I've picked this up on a tour so far. So how are you, baby?
Sitting there in the case.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Let's talk about the rest of your rig.
Yeah.
I'll
So
give you this
I
guy
do
back.
want to mention, I just got this case, this Enki
God, that's
road
great.
case before this tour, and it's been like it's just been life-saving because last year I did the Monsters of Rock cruise, flew back home. They cracked the headstock here, someone in baggage.
Sure,
it was,
as they do.
Yeah, so this has been great for me because now, I haven't flown it yet, but you can fly it. Yeah, I was convinced about this case when I saw a video of a dude throwing it off a roof and beating it with a baseball bat. And the guitar was perfect. So I don't know what video that is, but y'all know what it is. So that was
in the
one.
comment section.
In the comment section, leave the link, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is incredible. And also, so at night, I bring it in the hotel. Well, it's light. It's lighter than two gig bags. So
that's perfect.
Enki, there it is.
Yeah, and a cool little stand on stage. Got your picks up
Got
there.
my picks right here, ready to go.
Okay.
All right, so
cool.
So I guess let's start here.
Yeah.
So this will be because I tour so much and I fly. There's no way I'm going to get a proper backline ever.
Well, and for the record, for the longest time, you were like 2 412s at least.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so you would ask for, on the backline, I would ask for something simple like JCM 900 or just something like garden variety, no big deal. Here's a Fender Twin Reverb for you tonight. Well, I can't do anything with that,
Here's a PV Bandit.
Right.
Knock yourself out.
Exactly. So I started using a Fractal Axe-FX 2 just as everyone, as soon as we discovered it, like, man, this is the greatest thing ever. So
totally makes sense.
Then I have an AX8 that I tour overseas with. But so my US rig, I love it, is Axe-FX 3.
Okay.
And I got to tell you that my confession is I underuse this thing so much. Like you could do so many cool patches and I'm an old amp guy, right?
Yeah.
So like I use one preset, and everyone always asks, "Hey man, can I have your preset?"
Yeah.
Here it is. I think it's number 34, maybe. The Friedman HBE stock preset. That's my preset.
Okay.
So there it is.
You got it.
I think I added a little delay and some stuff on that, but other than that, it's just one preset. And then I'll show you coming up as we get to the board. we do Purple Rain, so I have a nice chorus
Yeah.
preset on that. But so this runs the show. One of the go ahead.
Well, so you're running and you're running a wireless from your guitars. It's a Sennheiser.
Right.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll run wireless is line 6, relay 30.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny, everyone says, are you going to get like an expensive wireless?
Yeah.
I know, this works perfect. You know?
Right.
So relay 30, and then I have this mission box that will, I can tune with it, or I can switch different pages on this, which is nice. And then just the analog signal goes into this, this hot tone expression pedal.
Okay.
And then, but I use it, it's a wah expression pedal.
Okay.
Soul press, and then that goes into the front end of the Axe-FX 3. So really simple, guitar, wireless, wah, into the front end of that.
Wow. And this controller at your feet, the FC6?
FC6. So I have 2 FC6s. So of course we're playing a cool, funky small club tonight, which is great.
Yeah.
So why do I have 2? Because when we'll do bigger venues, if we, when we do theaters or something, I keep this all off stage. And so then my tech or me, as we're backstage getting a water, side stage getting a water or changing guitars, he can run it or I can run it. So it's just it could be a mirror or it could be a separate setup here. So.
Okay, and what's on the board? So on your controller, you've got 6 settings. What, are you kind of running it like, basically like stomp boxes?
That's exactly what I'm doing. So I don't use but really 2 effects. Again, it's so underusing this Axe-FX 3. Drive. I have delay A, so that's a, let me play. So this just, just like a little, just wet it up a little bit. But if I go to, it's my AMA right setting, it's delay 2. So it's just a little bit. Just a little stronger delay.
Yeah.
And that's all I really use is that. If anyone is on the Fractal forums, they know a guy named Mark Day. And he's an amazing player, and he always helps us Fractal newbies with questions and everything. So I really do want to mention this because this has been game changing for me live. So I have this button which mutes the front of house. So one of my outputs on the Fractal goes to the house, and then one of my outputs goes to my in-ears. And we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah. But so what's cool is if I'm backstage, I'm wireless, maybe I want to warm up.
Right.
I have this front of house mute. So, but I'm still live in my own ear, so I can get a nice little warm up going.
Great.
Then when I walk out, now I'm live.
Yeah.
So, to me, it's changed a lot of what I do because now I can warm up backstage with my in ears. And then on this first page, I just have my main tone, and then the Purple Rain tone.
Yeah.
And then, so then you could go to the second page. And it's just a little bit of variation. So I call this the effects page. And I still have the regular drive, delay 1, delay 2. I have a fixed wah. It's kind of nice. Phaser.
So like that's clearly a phase 90. Do you have it with can you roll the?
I rolled it to the 9 o'clock setting.
Sure.
And
yeah.
Again, if it's good enough for Van Halen, it's good enough for me, right? And that's it. I really use 2 pages, and I can scroll with the stepping, which is really easy, or I can do this. I can hit that.
As a longtime amp guy, did it take a while to kind of get used to it?
No. It really didn't. It actually made life easier. So what really made it easy, and this is kind of a good segue now, is so because we travel as a 3-piece, we use some backing tracks.
Sure.
No harm in it, some keys, some rhythm guitars. We can only fit so many guys in a van.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So because we run the backing tracks in Ableton Live, I send MIDI out to the Axe-FX3, so I have MIDI CC messages for the different effects. So when I play, when we do a tune that uses tracks, I don't have to do anything. It automatically turns on and off my delays and my drives, so I don't have to, I don't have to have precision with my foot as to, I don't have to be staring at my pedal board.
Sure, yeah.
So
it's great. And you said you're recording every night, right?
Yeah.
That's great.
Again, I know I keep saying there's all these life-changing things, but as musicians, we grew up and we're hauling these big 412s, and we're like, and it's now that we can use technology to our advantage, we have to.
Yeah,
right?
Why not?
So what we're doing is the band runs on in-ears. The drummer and I, bass player, will still use a wedge. And so we use this Persona Studio Live 16R, and so it does double duty for us. So our tracks, click, slate, we have bad jokes in our slate sometimes that, we tell the guys, we have to do that kind of stuff.
Not suitable for the front of house.
Exactly. But it always cracks them up when they hear it, right?
Yeah.
So we run the Persona Studio Live 16R to do our in-ears, and then so we can use our iPhone or iPad to get our monitor, to get our inner mix perfect, which is nice. But because we run everything into it, we run a splitter snake over there. So we run the whole stage into a splitter snake, and then we split to this mixer. Now we record every night. It's so simple because we can use this program called Capture that is a free program that Personas has, and we just, whatever shows up in that mixer shows up here. Before we walk on, we just hit record, and it just records the show magically.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so it's really, really, really simple.
So do you have like a redundancy for this Axe-FX, or just?
I don't.
So far, so good.
Knock on wood. I do, and then right here, this is my my Sennheiser in-ears.
Okay.
And then this is something that has been pretty much gold to me. This is a discontinued Shure mixer, and I use it for in-ears because it has 4 channels. So I run one side of my Axe-FX into channel 1, and then this is the tracks and everything that comes out of the Studio Live comes into here, and I can get a mix with my iPhone, but also I get an overall mix. So if something I need to adjust just the levels between my guitar and the tracks, I could go over here in an analog way and just hit that. So it's real simple.
That in the heat of battle, that's
in the heat of battle, like I need my guitar louder. Let me pull out my iPhone. Right? It doesn't work that way. So, but that's my little 2-channel inner mixer thing.
Perfect.
Then here's my outputs: front of house, inner mixer, stage, and then when we record, I send a dry signal to the recorder so that I can reamp later.
Wow, that makes it really simple for front of house too.
Absolutely.
You basically give them
it's like here's the snake and they're ready to go.
God, that's great, man.
I think that's about it, really.
Well,
and
Neil, such a pleasure, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I love it.
It's good we finally got a chance to do this.
Absolutely. Yeah, we met years ago on the road. Been talking about this forever, so I'm glad we did.
We're finally doing it. So 2020 was our year.
Well, yeah, man, since we're done, why don't you play us out? Just...